Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Rutavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavatveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar-like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. O son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. And the supreme teacher of the universe, the Jagat Guru, is telling us about the process of how to become that yogi through meditation, through Dhyana. This is the 6th chapter of Dhyana Yoga. And last time we read the 10th shloka of the Dhyana Yoga. In the 8th and 9th shloka, Sri Krishna told us about how a yogi starts perceiving the inert as well as the living beings with the equal eye, with an equal eye. For a yogi, a clod of earth and a piece of gold, they are alike. It is not one is insignificant and one carries so much of weight, so much of prestige. No. For him, among the inert things, they are all same. They are all the formations of Panchamahabhuta. And what about the people? In the 10th shloka we have seen, in the 9th shloka we have seen that a yogi views all types of people with the same eye. For him there is no high, no low, no dear, no one to be hated, or no sadhu, no papi. That is the state in which a yogi goes. Now this he has explained in 8th and 9th shloka. In the 10th shloka, Sri Krishna has, being a Jagat Guru, being a supreme teacher, he has also started teaching us how to attain that state. And in the 10th shloka we read last, he just gave a short description of how the process can be started of getting into solitude. Ātmanam rahasi sthitaha. Staying in solitude. Yunjita. Controlling the mind and self. Ekaki. Solitude. Alone. Yat chittatma. Chitta and Atma, the mind and the body having controlled. Sit in solitude, all alone. And nirashihi aparigraha. Leave aside all the desires. No desires in the mind. No intention, no desire to accumulate any possessions. Aparigraha. With that attitude, a person should start the process. And now, what kind of process? That now Sri Krishna is telling us in this 11th shloka that we are going to read today. śhuchau deśhe pratiṣhṭhāpya sthiram āsanam ātmanaḥ nātyuchchhritaṁ nāti-nīchaṁ chailājina-kuśhottaram. Now Sri Krishna is point by point telling how one should prepare for the meditation, how one should get into the act of meditation. In the previous verse, in the 10th verse, he told us that yogi yunjita satatam ātmanam rahasi sthitaha. Get into solitude. Ekaki yata chittatma nirashihi aparigraha. Get into solitude, having controlled the body and the mind, and getting rid of all desires of accumulating anything, any possessions. First of all, bring that attitude. Get rid of desires. Be prepared to spend some time all alone in solitude with the body and mind under control. Yata chitta atma. And then, having got that preliminary requirement fulfilled, now next what is to be done? Śhuchau deśhe pratiṣhṭhāpya. Śhuchau is clean. Deśhe, area, spot where you want to sit for meditation. It should be very clean. Not that you are just going and sitting in some, junkyard or any unclean place. The place should be very clean. The outer place has got tremendous impact on the meditative mood of the aspirant. You see, we have not reached that stage where for us clean and unclean is same. We have not reached that stage where holy and unholy is same. We have not reached that stage at all of seeing the things with the equal eye. For us, that cleanliness, that dirty thing, that holy place, that unholy place, that clean thing and unclean thing, those ideas are still lingering in our mind. We have not reached, and we are going to reach that stage. But before that, let us be sure that at least the place where we start doing dhyana is very clean. If it is unclean, we will keep on thinking, oh, what I am sitting on this unclean place, because the idea of purity, impurity is still there in us. There is a long way to go to that state where purity and impurity don't matter at all. It is a long, long way for us. So till then, that idea of clean, unclean, that idea of purity, impurity, that idea of good, bad, of pious, evil, they will always remain there. So, Sri Krishna says, first of all, the spot should be clean. Śhuchau deśhe pratiṣhṭhāpya. Pratiṣhṭhāpya is having established, having taken a seat, having taken a firm seat in a clean place. Sthiram āsanam ātmanaḥ. Sthiram, firmly. Sit yourself in a good, firm position. Āsanam, on a seat. ātmanaḥ, his own. As far as possible, the spiritual aspirants, they should have the āsana of their own. Not that one asana being used by... It is a different matter when we go to ashrams, when we go to mutt. That time in the prayer hall, there will be asana, which is used by so many people. But then what happens? We are in a totally different place. Already the atmosphere in that prayer hall of the ashram or the mutt is so charged with purity. There it doesn't make any difference that if that one asana is shared by 100 different devotees. Because the vibrations of that place are so pure. But when we are doing at our own place, let us try to have our own asana. Not that asana to be shared by so many people who are there in the family. So, sthiram āsanam ātmanaḥ. Let there be a dedicated one asana for the aspirant. Nātyuchchhritaṁ na āti-nīchaṁ. Nātyuchchhritaṁ means na āti-ucchritaṁ. It should not be very high. The seat where the aspirant, going to be yogi is going to sit, it should not be too high. Na ati-ucchritaṁ, na nāti-nīchaṁ. It should not be in a pit also. It should be moderately placed, that place where one is going to sit. It is not that you take a huge stool and sit high up in the air for the meditation. Maybe, if we are in the deep meditation, we may lose balance and we may fall down. Also, the place should not be so low leveled that you don't know. If it rains and all, it will get waterlogged, and the aspirant may not even know that he is drowned in that water. Like the things are going on these days in Bangalore, heavy rains and water flooding everywhere. So Krishna says that area where a person is going to sit for meditation should not be very high. nātyuchchhritaṁ, nāti-nīchaṁ. It should not be very low lying also. Then, what should be the seat made of then? Covered. He says, chailājina-kuśhottaram. Chaila is skin. Ajina is the deer skin. The chaila is cloth. Ajina is deer skin. Kusa. Kusa is kusha grass, a bed of grass. Uttaram. So, a cloth, a skin like deer skin. Some people use even the tiger skins. And kusha grass, one over the other. First, have a cloth, then a deer skin and the kusha grass, one over the other. That's how the seat should be made. Now, in today's circumstances, it is not possible for us to have all these kind of different layers of sitting material. So what normally we do is, we just take the cloth āsanam and we sit for meditation. So this is the primary preparation of making a seat, of selecting a spot for sitting for meditation. This is what Sri Krishna has told us in the 11th chapter. Having firmly fixed in a clean place, having firmly established in a clean place, he sit neither too high nor too low, and having spread over the seat, spread over with what? The kusha grass, the deer skin, and a cloth, one over the other. That's how one should prepare the place for sitting for meditation. There is a close relationship between the environment and the caste of the mind of the person placed therein. Naturally, it happens. If we are going through, if we are traveling in a bus or a car, we are entering an area which is absolutely dirty. Automatically, our mind also, we get all that dirty smell and all. And what happens? What happens? Automatically, we get into a not so pleasant mood if the surroundings are not clean, if the surroundings are smelling pretty bad. So that the area, the cleanliness of the area certainly has a definite impact on the mental condition of the aspirant. Living in a dirty hovel naturally leads the dweller to baseness and depression of mind. Living in a clean place of natural beauty invigorates and elevates the mind. You see, when we go for outing, we go to some hill station, and we see that beautiful surroundings, those mountain peaks and the greenery around, and automatically we start feeling such rejoiced. We are so happy. We are in a totally different mood than when we see this. And therefore, people say that, okay, whenever there are vacations, okay, we will go for an outing to charge our batteries. That battery charging happens because of that clean, unpolluted environment. Now, that is what Sri Krishna says. It should be śhuchau deśhe, a clean spot, a pleasant spot where you feel good. Now, sit Seats like a launch, the easy chair or a swing, hammock, these are not the places for meditation. A heap of grass or pebbles, pile of logs. If there is a pile of log and somebody tells you go and sit there and do meditation, will it be possible? We will feel so uncomfortable. If there is a heap of rocks, they will keep on pinching our bottoms. If we sit over there, how can we meditate? So it should be a good, clean, plain place. A rock or a platform constructed about 2 feet above the ground is quite suitable for this purpose. It should not be very high, it should not be very low. A seat on ground would provide no protection against creeping insects. Now, these are all the practical problems that may come across if it is a low-lying area or a very high, at a height. At a very high height or a very low-lying area, both can cause problems for the person who is going to meditate. Therefore, not very high, not very low, just an optimum level of ground, clean, and then nicely prepared with the seat for meditation. Now, in old days, all these luxuries, the kusha grass, the deer skin, these were all possible. Not now, of course. Now, let us at least have a comfortable seat made out of a good cloth. The provision on the platform of sacred kusha grass mat, a deer skin cloth, one over the other, would make an ideal seat for meditation. Yes. Ideally, it will be most ideal because it will be comfortable. You won't pinch, the ground won't pinch your bottom, isn't it? But in today's circumstances, okay, kusha grass is not available, fine. Deer skin, out of question. So, at least a nice, comfortable seat made of āsanam, made out of cloth. So, that is what Sri Krishna says. This is how an aspirant should start the process of meditation. First of all, get into a clean seat, get a good asana to sit on, and then start the process. Now, what is that process? Sri Krishna is going to tell us through the 12th shloka till 15th shloka, the actual method of meditation. And this is where lies the greatness of Sri Krishna. Having told about meditation, now he is step by step, he is taking us along. He is taking us along how to do the meditation. In this 11th shlok, he has told us the place where one should sit for meditation. Because one has to get an isolated place. One has to, in the 10th shloka, he has told us, ātmanam rahasi sthitaha. One should get into isolated place. So having selected an isolated place, what kind of place that he has told us now? And then selected the āsanam. Then our next step that Sri Krishna is going to tell us from 12th till 15th shloka is actual process of dhyana, actual process of meditation. So till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ram Krishna. Jai Thakur Jai Ma. Jai Swami.